do you want to talk about?
Cars and fly fishing, man. I've been thinking a lot about why I like certain activities and what gets me obsessed about them, even though they're super difficult. These things that become more like weights in your life, you start to reassess how important they are and how much time and energy you want to put into them. So I try and examine that as my life gets busier. Fly fishing and cars and vehicles has been something that I've been into since I was 12 years old. And those two things take a lot of time and energy and bandwidth for me. I had a 6th grade teacher, and he always talked about fly fishing in class. And so my best buddy and I at the time asked him to teach us. He taught us how to fly fish. Caught our first fish on a dry fly, and it's like seeing that fish come up and catch it. It was like another one of those moments that was just full of joy and excitement and satisfaction, and also that you're doing something unique. Like we get to uncover this really cool thing that nobody else really knows about. I was obsessed with it. I had my mom take me all around different parts of Washington to try and buy custom neoprene waders for myself. And I'm just like a little kid. Like no 12-year-old is out fly fishing. I think a big part of it is that it's hard. You have to know what you're doing to be successful. You're picking fly lines and leaders and tippets. You actually have to successfully imitate food that's out there that the fish are gonna eat. You're stumbling down hillsides and most of the time you're coming home with nothing, right? So if you go and you catch that fish and you have that moment, you earned it, And so I think there's a uniqueness that attracts me to that, and also the reward of doing something difficult. Because not a lot of people are gonna go out and do that. And I think that really attracts me to it. My dad, he loved cars. He loves old Mercedes in particular. And he wanted an old Mercedes for the longest time. I was probably 7 or 8 when I remember him talking about it. One day he found the Mercedes. It was I think it was like a 280 CE. It was like this gold hue, and we took it home. And he was so excited. Like you could just tell he was full of joy. We were blasting jazz. I remember 88.5 was the channel that he always loved. And like that was a moment I'll never forget. Like it was just joy, and feeling that through him was awesome. And I think that's like a core memory of connecting. And even to this day, like I still put on 88.5 and listen to jazz. This is it, it's kind of part of you. So I think that kind of started that piece for me. That moment that you're chasing, it's like catching a fish, where the engine's running just right, it's shifting smooth, the sunset is coming into the window, and you just have that moment of, where the world kind of stands still. But it takes a ton of work to get there. And I don't think it matters if you're doing the work yourself and you're ordering parts, or if you're shelling out money to a shop. In order to get the car that way, get it in the shape, in the look, in the feel that you want, you have to know a lot about these cars. You have to know their history. You have to have a vision for them, whether it's just emotional bandwidth, trying to figure these things out, financially, especially more if you're paying people to do it. And you're out driving them, and like it's a high probability a part can go wrong, or break, and you're stuck, and it sounds like shit, needs to be carbs redone. And again, you're coming home with nothing. But you get that one moment when it's right, it's kind of all worth it. And so I think there's a lot of similarities between those two things. I do think with the car stuff, like, will I continue to, spend that kind of money and time and frustrations with those old things? As I get older and as my priorities expand. I do question that a little bit, but for now, I mean, those moments are still there, and I still have a ton of joy driving these things. The thing that I like about it is that has developed some unique friendships for me dealing with these old Porsches and stuff, and people who like cars, and quickly becomes the friendship that's important, like not the cars. I don't want to go to a car meetup or whatever to see a bunch of cars, talk about cars. I want to go to a small coffee shop with a couple of close friends, and we might have a car thing in common. It's about the moment, right? I mean, really, I think what I'm after is that feeling of peace and joy and satisfaction. And that doesn't have to come in the form of your vintage 912 or 911 or catching that fish. It can come in a lot of different ways. Well, as Steph and I started building our family together, I think I want to make sure that future children are encouraged to explore and find things that excite them, find hobbies, find things they identify with and get really joyful and pumped up about. So if they can see me doing that and working hard and then having fun and being interested, I think that's really, really important, kind of the core of what I want to pass on.